Right now, a search for that person responsible for the shooting death of a 17-year-old. Ashley Huerta says that her son, Josiah Gonzalez, went to Ken Mitchell Park Tuesday after work. Police say someone shot and killed Josiah around 9:30 Tuesday night. Witnesses told police that they heard an argument, then gunshots. Police have not shared any suspect information.
Really tried to figure out and learn what happened prior to the shooting.
I just knew my gut feeling. I knew as a mother. I knew he was dead. He was so full of life. He had life ahead of him.
Police are asking anyone in the area with surveillance video to please send it to them. Josiah's mom is also asking anyone with information about her son's death to please come forward. This morning, Colorado State Troopers say that they're responding to more overdoses at Civic Center Park, fueled over the last couple of years by fentanyl. So troopers say that they deploy the overdose reversing drug Narcan in the area outside the Capitol more than anywhere else.
Yeah, we're about to show you body camera video showing people being revived. Everyone you're about to see survives. Here's 9 News reporter Mark Salinger.
In a park at the heart of the city, troopers patrolling the area see a problem.
Yeah, we have seen an upward trend of those overdoses occurring both in and around that park.
Come to us, come on, sir. You're right, come on, boss, come on.
People overdosing.
Absolutely.
Sergeant Jerry Sharp used the overdose reversing drug Narcan to save a woman in the park last year.
We believe it was heroin. With that, she had gone to the ground and was unresponsive and did not have a pulse.
Now he carries it with him everywhere he goes.
It's a Band-Aid approach to trying to keep them from dying.
Since police agencies are not required by the state to report or keep track of how often they use Narcan, it's nearly impossible to know how often agencies are responding to overdoses. But Trooper Josh Lewis says State Patrol is using Narcan more often now than ever before.
Oftentimes we are locating people in or around Capitol grounds or within the park, and we may be the first ones that actually find them or report to a scene.
Go to the other side.
From parking lots to gas stations to apartments, police respond to overdoses everywhere.
It seems that we have definitely seen an increase in terms of how much fentanyl we're finding, where we're finding it, and unfortunately people who are utilizing it and as a result overdosing with it.
There you go. Keep breathing. There you go.
Seconds save lives.
Seconds feel like minutes when they count.
In this park and around the state. In Denver, I'm Mark Salinger, 9 News.
Most overdose survivors are taken to the hospital after being revived. Now, there is a chance when the Narcan wears off that the drugs can take effect again. From there, the goal is to connect them with treatment services to get them help.
6:08 now, and this morning, 2 brothers are in custody. Police say that they sold fentanyl out of a liquor store in Colorado Springs. In May, police made several undercover purchases from armed people at the Austin Bluffs Plaza Liquors. When they executed a search warrant on Monday, police say that they found 2,000 fentanyl pills, 2 pounds of cocaine, and several other types of drugs. Police also found 3 handguns and an assault rifle. 2 brothers, Steve and Brian Yee, are facing multiple felony charges. Denver's program to send mental health professionals instead of police to certain calls could become a nationwide model. Senator Michael Bennet introduced a bill on Wednesday that would pay for similar programs across the country. Denver started the STAR program back in the summer of 2020. Since then, the team responded to more than 4,600 calls. None of those calls required extra help from police. Researchers at Stanford found low-level crimes dropped by more than a third in neighborhoods initially covered by the STAR teams. Their analysis found fewer citations and people were less likely to also offend. If passed, the new bill in Congress would dedicate funding to create similar programs in other places.
Right now, permits are under review as Suncor asks for permission to emit more of some pollutants at its refinery in Commerce City. The company wants to be able to pump out more of some chemicals and less of others. Most of the plant in Commerce City is operating under a permit approved in 2004. That permit expired 4 years ago. The State Health Department's Air Pollution Control Division says staffing issues kept them from acting on the renewal until last year. The EPA rejected a permit renewal for another part of the plant earlier this year. Last night, the state held its last virtual hearing for community members to weigh in on the future of the plant. Environmental activists asked the state to extend the deadline for public comment, but the state declined.
This morning, the Biden administration is reminding pharmacies across the country that they cannot refuse prescriptions for drugs that might end pregnancy. The Department of Health and Human Services sent a letter to 60,000 pharmacies on Wednesday outlining this federal law. The department says pharmacists who refuse to fill prescriptions for emergency contraceptives or drugs that could be used for abortion would be violating pregnancy and disability discrimination laws. Now, some drugs used for medicated abortion are also used to help people dealing with miscarriage or other illnesses. The guidance is not a new policy, just a reminder of what's already in the federal law. Senators John Hickenlooper and Michael Bennet signed onto a bill that'll guarantee women the right to safe travel to get an abortion. It's called the Freedom to Travel for Healthcare Act. Now, if this is passed, it would protect a woman's right to travel across state lines for abortion care and protect the providers that they visit. Right now, several Republican-led states, including Missouri and Texas, are working on legislation that would limit that kind of travel and care. Federal legislation would supersede any of those bills. And right now, as we take a live look at the U.S. Capitol, no Republicans have signed on to the federal act, so it'll likely face delays in the Senate. The House is expected to vote tomorrow on two bills around abortion access. One would protect the right to travel to get an abortion. The other, which passed before only to die in the Senate, would include abortion rights in federal law and stop states from limiting access to the procedure. Neither bill is expected to get through and get enough Republican votes to pass the Senate.